Hello everyone, it's Zortrider here and welcome to another week in toys. These really come round quick, don't they? I think this is episode 17 now. Thank you to everyone who commented on the last video. Sorry I haven't got back to you all as of yet, but hopefully by the time that you're hearing this, I have got back to you. So, another funny week. We're about to go into lockdown again. And I don't know about you, but it's got me a little bit... just like a never-ending cycle of doom, this rubbish is. And I actually panicked a little bit on Saturday, not about what's going on, but actually, this takes us up until the beginning of December, and my original plan was because, especially for my son, was to go out the end of November and just get all his Christmas presents. I didn't want to get stuff too early, because what happened with his birthday, we went into lockdown in March. I ordered a load of stuff in March to make sure it was here, and by the time it come round to his birthday, a couple of months later, he wasn't interested in it anymore, so I had to buy some more. But I feel that this is probably going to go on longer than the 2nd of December, and even if it does come out the 2nd of December, it's going to leave shops really packed and everything being left to the last minute. So what I decided to do on Saturday morning is go to Smith's and basically get what he wanted for Christmas. And to be honest with you, I did quite well. There was some stuff that said was out of stock online or not due to be out yet online, actually in the shop. So I got him a load of the Mario Lego and some other Mario toys and Imaginext and Pokemon, all this other stuff he's into. And I thought to myself, this is going to be the last time for about a month I'm actually going to be in a retail shop. So I just decided I was going to buy myself something. And I knew what I'd get if there was none of the Wave 3 Deluxes in there, and of course there wasn't. So I think I've been looking at for a while, and he's grown on me a lot. I picked up Earthrise Megs, and he's alright. He's alright. I actually prefer the tank mode. I prefer the upper body to the Siege version and even the Netflix version, sorry. The head, I'm not a big fan of. The cannon, I'm not a big fan of. But you know what? He's a 7 out of 10, I'd say. A solid 7 out of 10. If you haven't got the Siege version of him, then pick him up, or the Netflix version. I think this version is better than the Siege version, but not as good as the Netflix one, because the paint makes all the difference on that thing. And with my Netflix one as well, I know I've got 2 versions of Megs now. I actually sold my Siege version after I got the Netflix version. But I can transform this one. I've been flicking him backwards and forth, whereas the Netflix one, I don't want to chip the paint on it, so I haven't really been transforming him. So yeah, I picked up Earthrise Megs, and it was more of I'm not going to be in a shop for a month, so I might as well buy myself something. So I picked up him, and I'm happy I did, because I've been fiddling about with him most of the weekend. So I'm really, really happy that I picked that up. Now, I've received a couple of parcels today. One of them is, and I can't really show it you because my address is on the front, but here you are. This is a parcel from my mate Scott. This is a figure I've been wanting to get off him for a while, actually. I think I passed on the first one he had, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to pull... I asked him if he got another one, and he did, luckily. And it's one of these ones where I really need it for my Star Wars Empire Strikes Back collection, and it's not worth the money. Absolutely not worth the money. But I have to have it. And here it is. It is the Han Solo in Carbonite. Now, this is essentially just a bloody lump of plastic. No articulation, no nothing. Yeah, it's very nicely done. Very, very nicely done. And I really want to put it with... I suppose it's going to go on my Bounty Hunters display for now. If I do eventually get a Jabba's Palace display, then maybe we'll go in there. But for now, I think it'll look good next to my Bounty Hunters. And I really need to work on that display. I have started to work on some of my displays. I don't know if you can see it. No, I'm showing you the wrong side. Hang on. It's that side there. I've put my Pit of Judgment in there, which hopefully there should be a review of this week. But yeah, so I picked up that. I did want it. It was about on the money. Scott didn't rip me off, far from it. Yeah, it feels expensive for what it is. It is a lump of plastic. I don't know, all toys are a lump of plastic, but this doesn't even move, man. But you know, I needed it. I needed it for my display. I'm all in on Empire. Anything Empire I want to get. So I've got it now, and I'm going to be opening it as well. So the second parcel actually is from Hasbro. And you might have already seen this if I put up a resolution to my old In Demand Toy Saga, but if you have seen it already, I'm sorry for repeating myself, but if you haven't seen it, essentially I bought the Transformers Prime Breakdown figure. It was missing a part from his leg, and In Demand Toys passed me around a little bit from the retail, and after 2 weeks I was told that from the Hasbro, I was told that they couldn't send me the part either, so I raised a PayPal case, got a refund, and that was that. But chatted to Sasha, who is absolutely amazing on there. She's actually sent me this item as almost compensation for my bad experience, the fact that they said they were going to send me the item and then didn't. And here it is. Sasha's been great, and I can't fault Hasbro's customer services because they have been absolutely stunning on this matter. It's a shame. Well, some toy retailers need to take a leaf out of their book. Let's just leave it at that. So, the item that they have sent me is... And I can't remember if I've actually seen this in the flesh. It is... So here's a letter from them. It says, basically, thank you for contacting us regarding Transformers Prime War Breakdown. Our number one concern is to make quality products that are fun, safe and rewarding for children. That's why we maintain extensive testing procedures during the development, production, assembly and packaging of all our toys. We want to do everything within our power to include you amongst our many satisfied customers. Please accept the item enclosed to make up for some of the disappointment caused. So, you know what? Great. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Hasbro. And what they've sent me is this. They've sent me Studio Series Shockwave. Now, bless Sasha, she did say to me, oh, is there anything that you want? And I listed a few of the things, and they basically had none of them at all. Even like the Earthrise Wave 3 and all of that. So they had none of those in. And it was only really Studio Series I had. And yeah, this guy looks cool. He was one that was available. So I thought, you know what, I'll take that one. It's not one that I would buy myself, but it looks pretty cool. So thank you, Sasha. You've been an absolute star in this. There's been some winners and losers and all this, but you individually, you haven't been that. Thank you so much. Hello, so today is Wednesday the 4th of November and the last day in the UK that we've got a little bit of freedom. We're going to be locked down until the 2nd of December. And I've got some parcels, and I've got a surprise parcel from Hasbro. A second one, I know, which I'll get into in a minute. First of all, I had to pop into a little village called Aldridge earlier to pick up the dog from being cut. And there's a little Acorns charity shop. And I have had some joy in there in the past. I found a number of Transformers stuff and even real Ghostbusters stuff and all that kind of stuff. And I spotted something in there and I thought it was vintage, but it isn't vintage. It is a Crash dummy. And this is from Mattel 2004, so it's only 16 years old. I thought it was one of the ones from the 90s, but it obviously isn't. It's called what I like to call Borders Dudes Put Another Video Up action. Hide your hand and hide from it. Only joking, John. But yeah, it was 50p. And honestly, I thought it was a vintage one. It's not. It's got some pretty decent articulation, to be honest with you, and the gimmick still works. It's a bit scratched up, but nevertheless, for 50p, happy days. Now, those of you who've been following my War Breakdown saga, and while I was talking to Sasha, I mentioned about the QC issues with my Transformers Blue Streak figure that I picked up, and even though this wasn't broken as such, it did fall apart really easily. And she says, well, we'll send you out a replacement, it's fine, we can't. And I was like, oh, okay then, thank you. And again, that wasn't in stock, but she mentioned that this was, and I wasn't expecting it yet because I had this pre-ordered from Smiths and they've put the order back until December, so I really wasn't expecting it. And when it arrived today, I was shocked. I have opened it up because I got too excited. I was like, well, why is this coming from Hasbro? It is the Transformers Back to the Future Gigawatt. This thing looks absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Really, really like it. Tech spec on the back. Box is a little bit banged up, but I'm not going to moan about the box. The box will go into storage. I will keep this box, but it looks really, really cool. So I'm really, really happy that that's coming. Thank you, Sasha. You have been a godsend. Thank you for caring about your customers and the quality of your products as well. You might not be able to do anything about the actual manufacturing side of it, but at least you deal with people when they've got a problem. Now, second parcel is this one, and it's from Comics and Cocktails. I think it's got 2 items in. I did order these separately, but with Comics and Cocktails, their postage is included in the price, so they've probably popped them in the same box, which I'm fine with. And these are figures that aren't from Transformers, funnily enough. They're from 2 separate lines. And one figure was a bit of an impulse buy. The other one I've been looking at for a while. I missed out on the pre-orders on a few sites, and luckily I noticed that they had him in. So the first one is Marvel Legends. It is movie Venom. I only saw this for the first time quite recently, and I really wanted to have a representation of Venom in the collection. It is one of these that isn't a MCU as such. So he's going to go along with my Deadpool and my Wolverine figure, Hugh Jackman Wolverine. But yeah, really cool. Couple of pairs of hands, 2 heads. Really, really cool. Tom Hardy and Venom figure, so I'm happy with that. Now, the next figure is a Black Series figure. And it's a Black Series figure that doesn't fit into my criteria of original trilogy or Mandalorian. Does it? So the figure I've got is Rebels Ahsoka. 2 reasons why I wanted to get this. Number 1, she looks cool. And number 2, apparently she's going to be in The Mandalorian. There's rumours of that. And this, what they've done with these Rebels figures, they've made them look more realistic. And they fit in with more of your, I suppose, more of your live action movie figures. So I kind of picked up her as a stand-in on my Mandalorian shelf, so that's where she's going to go. What an awesome day for toys. And quite literally, this shouldn't even be out yet. It's come back from the future to the past and into my grubby mitts. So thanks again, Hasbro, for that. And there you go. A pretty successful and surprising day. So today is Friday the 6th of November, and we've had a little bit of toy news. It looks like we're going to get a Bumblebee movie style Tetrajet Starscream. This figure looks okay. The alt mode looks a little bit thrown together, to be honest. I'm a massive fan of the Bumblebee movies, and this is probably another opportunity to get a Seeker mould in there and sell us a shed load of toys just that are repainted. I think it looks okay. I don't think it looks as good as some of the other figures that we've had from the Studio series in the Bumblebee line, but I think it looks okay. And I'd be interested to see more images of it in hand. Am I in for it? I don't know, to be honest with you. It's not due out until May next year. And for those of you moaning about G1 taking over the Studio series, it looks like you are going to get some non-G1 stuff in there as well, which is great, and it's great to have variation. It's a maybe for me on this one. Not 100% sure, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I've received a parcel today from Comics and Cocktails, and they won the race to be the first UK retailer to get Wave 3 in stock. And I just ordered the one of them. I have got another one on the way now, and one put up for Christmas, but there's one that I'm going to wait and try and get from Smiths, because even though I want it, it's not crucial to what I'm trying to create. If that makes sense. So here we go. It is Earthrise Runabout. Is it Runabout? Runamuck. And if you look there, there's a bit of muck on the box. So Run Amok comes with a free bit of muck. It's a bit of an odd thing to have a little bit of dirt on there. Very strange. But yeah, here he is. This is one of the... are the brothers or... Oh, I don't actually know. I only know really from the cartoon. And they only appeared in one scene. I think it was in Char. In like Triptychon in his city mode. This is obviously the mould that's shared with Sunstreaker, which is pretty cool. I've got my original, well, one of my original ones down here that I actually spent a little bit of time restoring, cleaning up and putting new tyres on and everything like that. So yeah, you can see how the G1 looks and how the new guy looks. The head sculpt's amazing. This is probably one of, looks-wise, the design-wise, probably one of the highlights of this wave for me. I mean, Trailbreaker looks good, Sunstreaker looks okay, Fast Trap looks good, but he's just essentially an accessory that should have come with Scorponok. Whereas this guy, I mean, this is the first time we've had a mainline release of Run Amok ever. Well, not ever, not since G1. We obviously had the Transformers Collectors Club's versions, but they weren't as G1 looking at this. And I'm excited to have him. He's a cool little addition, some nice artwork there. Yeah, and I'm happy to have him. And that's it for another week in toys. There will be some more toys on the way next week. It's probably not going to be as packed as this week. I wasn't this week expecting to be that exciting either. One thing I have got arriving next week is my Xbox Series S. Which I might include as a little bit of an unboxing in a week in toys. Why not? It is kind of a toy. But leave in the comments below if you want me to do a full review or unboxing of it. It's something different. I used to be really into games, and it's something that's whittled over the years down to being very casual. But I wanted to pick up this, and I think it'd will be quite a fun thing to play on. So if you do want me to step into that kind of review and unboxing, then let me know. It might be something different to do on the channel. Anyway, until next time, I've been Zork Rider. Take care of yourself, and I'll speak to you again next week.